Good afternoon, MIDDAY News. I am Babatunde Bolatito. The Independent National Electoral Commission says it is committed to improve performance with a view to ensuring that people's vote count by making election free, fair, and credible in future elections. INEC National Commissioner Professor Kunle Ajayi made a remark while presenting certificates of returns to the governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke. Oluchi Amuda has more on the report.
Few days after the successful completion of the Osun State governorship election, and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has issued a certificate of return to the governor-elect, Senator Ademola Adeleke, and the deputy governor-elect, Prince Kola Adewusi. In his remarks at the event, the INEC Supervising National Electoral Commissioner, Professor Kunle Ajayi, commended the people of the state for the peaceful way they conducted themselves, saying the voter turnout was large with no major electoral violence incidents recorded. Professor Ajayi noted that the introduction of innovative technologies and processes such as the use of biomodal voter accreditation system (BVAS), INEC election result viewing portal, election risk management tool, among others, significantly towards delivering seamless voter experiences.
With the successful conduct of the Osun State governorship election, the Commission would like to assure Nigerians that this has become the standard of election management in Nigeria. On the part of INEC, as an electoral umpire, under the able leadership of the Honorable Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, we are consistent in achieving our vision to become one of the best election management bodies in the world and acting on our core values, which are independence, impartiality, neutrality, and transparency.
In his welcome address, Osun State Resident Electoral Commissioner Professor Abdulgani Raji, who stated that the election was conducted with utmost credibility, thanked the electorate for believing in the commission. He tasked politicians to always ensure they fulfill their electoral promises to the masses.
Our democracy will be stronger if we come together to do the right thing at the right time and for the people who are actually the beneficiaries of the democracy. This includes campaigning with fulfillable promises, modeling positive attitude and behavior by the laws, fulfilling campaign promises, doing away with money politics. The electorates are not asking for too much, just basic amenities to make everything life easy.
The event climaxed with the presentation of certificate of return to the governor-elect, Senator Ademola Adeleke, and the deputy governor-elect, Prince Kola Adewusi. In his acceptance speech, Senator Adeleke, who expressed appreciation to the people of the state for trusting him with their votes, assured that he will never take their trust for granted.
I'm overwhelmed by your love and support, and I do not take this trust you have bestowed on me for granted.
The event has in attendance members of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security (ISIS), chieftains of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), members at the National Assembly, among others. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
The declaration of Senator Ademola Adeleke as the governor-elect of Osun State on the platform of the People's Democratic Party by the Independent National Electoral Commission may be challenged in the lower court. It was learned that the APC had hired senior advocates of Nigeria in the legal profession and legal icons in the state to challenge the PDP's victory in court if anomalies are detected in the results announced by the INEC on the outcome of the just-concluded governorship election. Informed sources said that some legal practitioners to be engaged for the assignment had been contacted and now mapping out strategies on how the matter will be challenged and approached. Already, the legal team is said to have started with the thorough scrutiny of some results from the polling units with the intention of challenging them in court if irregularities are discovered at the end of the day. A legal icon in the party and Director General of Oyetola's campaign organization, in the last election, Senator Ajibola Bashiru confirmed the development The legal luminary also hinted that in no distant time they will forward a letter to the electoral body to demand for certified true copies of result sheets from them to compare them with the ones signed by the polling agents, adding that they will reserve further comment on the matter they are through with the preliminary legal work. Meanwhile, an appeal court sitting in Akure, Ondo State has dismissed the suit instituted against Senator Ademola Adeleke challenging his emergence as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded governorship election. The suit was filed by Dr. Babayemi seeking the court's declaration as the PDP candidate for the July 16 governorship election in Osun State. The lower court sitting in Osogbo had earlier affirmed Adeleke as the candidate of the PDP, but dissatisfied with the ruling of the lower court, Babayemi approached the appeal court to challenge the ruling. Two factions of the party had on March 8, 2021, conducted parallel governorship primaries featuring Adeleke and Babayemi. Babayemi was declared the winner of the primary election held at the Children and Women Development Center in Osogbo, while Adeleke was declared as winner of the primary election held at the Osogbo City Stadium. Adeleke was recognized as the duly elected candidate of the party by its National Working Committee, and his name was forwarded to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The Court of Appeal in its judgment upheld the verdict of the High Court and consequently dismissed Babayemi's appeal. Meanwhile, Babayemi has maintained that unless some factors that necessitated the litigation were looked into by the party hierarchy, he might explore redress at the apex court of the land. The All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, Senator Bola Tinubu, has justified the choice of Kashim Shettima as his running mate in the next year's election, defending Shettima's choice. Tinubu said he made a hard but the best decision. According to him, the chapter of the nation history demand a bold yet pragmatic approach in selecting Senator Shettima. Tinubu said he has committed himself to what he called a hard choice, expressing the belief that it is the best choice. Tinubu unveiled Shettima, former governor of Borno State, at a call-off ceremony held at the Yaradua Conference Center, Abuja. The vice presidential candidate of the APC, Senator Kashim Shettima, described the Tinubu-Shettima ticket as one hope, reminiscent of the Third Republic Abiola Kingibe ticket. Shettima, who was accompanied by his wife Nana, said he was honored by the consensus of eminent party stakeholders who had proposed trust in the ticket. Away from politics, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has declared the proposed NLC protest as illegal since the Nigeria Labour Congress had no pending dispute with the government, but the Congress retorted that it will go on with the protest, saying freedom to protest is guaranteed by the Constitution. No fewer than 40 unions, including the aviation workers, will participate in the rally called in solidarity with the striking academic staff union of universities, which has shut down public universities since February 14 over the failure of government to meet its demand. ASU had embarked on a one-month warning strike on February 14 to press home its demand for the implementation of October 2009 ASU-FGN agreement. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Non-Academic Staff Union of Allied Educational Institutions and Non-Academic Association and National Association of Academic Technologies later joined the industrial action. To fast-track the resolution of the crisis, President Muhammadu Buhari directed the Minister of Education, Ademu Ademu, to resolve the 5-month strike within 2 weeks and report back to him. In solidarity with ASU, the NLC announced that it will kick off a nationwide protest to pressure the federal government to resolve the crisis in the tertiary education sector. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority suspended Dana Air operations indefinitely over its alleged inability to run safe operation. The move followed an investigation by the apex regulatory body that led to the immediate withdrawal of airline airport transport license and air operator certificate indefinitely with effect from yesterday. It will be recalled that airline had an air return at Abuja Airport recently, with 100 passengers disembarking safely. It also said the carrier has also been embroiled in in-house challenges that saw its Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Su Jinder Paul Mann, resign his appointment after about 8 months in the saddle. The Director General of NCAA, Captain Nur Musa, stated that the suspension was made according to the provisions of Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulations, that the suspension order has been communicated to the management of the airline. Now to sports. Barring any earth-shaking upset, the duo of Sadio Mane of Senegal and Asisat Oshoala of Nigeria will respectively be crowned again as Africa's best men and women footballer of the year in Morocco. The 2022 edition of the much-awaited annual CAF Award Gala hold tonight, specifically in Rabat, as the identities of the continent's best footballers and teams are unveiled. The continent's soccer ruling body released the top 3 nominees for all women and men categories ahead of tonight's gala, with both Oshoala and Mane. Oshoala, the FC Barcelona women's striker, became the second woman player ever to win the Continental Award 4 times, to equal the record set by our compatriot Perpetua Nwokocha during her day. But she is still challenged for her 5th African crown by Cameroonian Ajara Uwauch Njoya and new entrant Grace Chanda of Zambia. Now to foreign stories. Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi has submitted his resignation to President Sergio Mattarella after key coalition parties withdrew their support for his government. In a statement today, the president's office said Mattarella had taken note of resignation and asked Draghi's government to remain on in caretaker capacity. The resignation opens the way for early elections in September or October. The statement by the President's office did not specify whether Mattarella will dissolve cabinet or call snap poll. Draghi, a former European Central Bank chief, became the Prime Minister in 2021 as Italy wrestled with the coronavirus pandemic and an ailing economy, had reprimanded the squabbling National Unity Coalition and urged them to back into line before it was too late. That was the midday news. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.
Ẹ káàsán, ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí la mú wá fún yín. Mojíbọ́lá Káyọ̀dé Ọ̀kẹ́ lórúkọ mi. Àjọ elétò ìdìbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè INEC tẹnumọ́ ìpinnu rẹ̀ láti rí i pé ìṣọwọ́ṣe rẹ̀ túbọ̀ mú yanyan sí i lọ́nà tètò ìdìbò yóò fi máa lọ nírọ̀wọ́rọsẹ̀ tí yóò sì ṣètẹ́wọ́gbà. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá níléeṣẹ́ àjọ INEC, ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Kúnlé Àjàyí, ló sọ̀rọ̀ ìdánilójú yìí lásìkò tó ń fi ìwé ẹ̀rí lé sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè lọ́wọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni táwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun dìbò yàn. Ọlùchí àmúdálẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ìròyìn, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ àbọ̀ látẹnu Olúwarántí Ọ̀jẹ́wùmí.
Lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ díẹ̀ tí ìdìbò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti wáyé, àjọ elétò ìdìbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè ti fún gómìnà tí wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dìbò yàn sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè àti igbákejì rẹ̀ ọmọọba Kọ́lá Adéwùsì níwèé ẹ̀rí òpegedé. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ níbi ètò náà, ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Kúnlé Àjàyí tó jẹ́ alámòjútó fájọ elétò ìdìbò lẹ́kùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn gúúsù ilẹ̀ yìí gbóṣùbà fáwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún bí wọ́n ṣe gbà láfíà láàyè àti bí wọ́n ṣe kóra wọn níjànú tí wọ́n sì jáde wá dìbò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí rògbòdìyàn níbi kankan. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Àjàyí sọ pé àgbékalẹ̀ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ àti ẹ̀rọ ayélujára tájọ elétò ìdìbò ṣàmúlò rẹ̀, àgbékalẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ tó ń sojúlówó káàdì ìdìbò BVAS àgbékalẹ̀ ojúpò tájọ elétò ìdìbò fi ń gbé èsì ìdìbò jáde, àmójútó àwọn ohun èlò àti àwọn ohun míì ló jẹ́ kí ìdìbò gómìnà tó wáyé lópin ọ̀sẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ yìí ó wáyé ire tó sì ran àjọ elétò ìdìbò lọ́wọ́ nídìí iṣẹ́ wọn. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ìkíni káàbọ̀ rẹ̀, alámòjútó àjọ elétò ìdìbò nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Abdulgani Rajiwoye pé ìdìbò gómìnà tó wáyé nípínlẹ̀ yìí làṣeyọrí débá. Ó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùdìbò fún bí wọ́n ṣe ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú àjọ náà. Ó rọ àwọn olóṣèlú láti rí dájú pé wọ́n mú gbogbo ìlérí tí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú ṣẹ. Lára ohun tó wáyé ni bí wọ́n ṣe fún gómìnà tí wọ́n ṣe dìbò yàn nípínlẹ̀ yìí sẹ́nitọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè àti igbákejì rẹ̀ ọmọọba Kọ́lá Adéwùsì níwèé ẹ̀rí pé àwọn ló pegedé. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀, sẹ́nitọ̀ Adélékè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún ìgbàgbọ́ tí wọ́n ní tó mú kí wọ́n ó dìbò fún un, tó sì fi dá wọn lójú pé òun ò ní já wọn kulẹ̀. Níbi ètò náà láti rí àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ tó wà fún ètò ààbò ìdìbò ICCES, àwọn èèkàn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP, àwọn aṣòfin tó jẹ́ ti ẹgbẹ́ PDP, àwọn èèyàn àwùjọ àtàwọn èèyàn míì.
Ó ṣeéṣe kẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC pẹjọ́ tako àṣeyọrí gómìnà táwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun dìbò yàn sẹ́nitọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè. Ìròyìn fi ẹni pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ti pèsè ikọ̀ àwọn àgbọ̀jẹ̀ amòfin kan sílẹ̀ tó fẹ́ lò pẹjọ́ tako àṣeyọrí ẹgbẹ́ PDP tó bá fi rí àwọn kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ nípa èsì ìdìbò tájọ INEC kéde ọ̀hún. Ìròyìn fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé àwọn àgbọ̀jẹ̀ amòfin tẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú APC fẹ́ gbéṣẹ́ fún ọ̀hún tí ń ṣàwọn ètò kan lórí ọ̀nà tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbẹ́jọ́ náà gbà. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ikọ̀ àwọn agbẹjọ́rò náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣíṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò àwọn èsì ìbò ní ibùdó ìdìbò kan sí èkejì lọ́nà àti pẹjọ́ tí wọ́n bá fi kẹ́fìn àìṣedéédé nínú èsì ìdìbò náà. Amòfin tó dáńtọ́ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún tó tún jẹ́ olùdarí àgbà fúnkọ̀ ìpolongo ìbò gómìnà Oyètọ́lá sẹ́nitọ̀ Ajíbọ́lá Bashiru ló fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí múlẹ̀. Sẹ́nitọ̀ Bashiru fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ múlẹ̀ pé láìpẹ́ lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú APC yóò fi lẹ́tà ṣọwọ́ sájọ INEC lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ilé-ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Àkúrẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ti fọwọ́ ro ẹjọ́ tí ọ̀kan lára àwọn tó gbèrò láti du ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ọmọọba Dọ̀tun Babayẹmí pè tako sẹ́nitọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè táwọn èèyàn dìbò yàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Dọ̀tun Babayẹmí pẹjọ́ tako bẹ́gbẹ́ PDP ṣe fa Adémọ́lá Adélékè kalẹ̀ lólùdíje fúnpò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, èyí tó rọ ilé-ẹjọ́ láti fagilé. Ṣáájú ní ilé-ẹjọ́ gíga tó wà nílùú Òṣogbo ti fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ múlẹ̀ pé Adémọ́lá Adélékè lólùdíje, àmọ́ ṣá tábàjáde ilé-ẹjọ́ kò tẹ́ Dọ̀tun Babayẹmí lọ́rùn, èyí tó mú gba ilé-ẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn lọ. A rántí pé ètò ìdìbò abẹ́lé méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ṣe láti yan olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lọ́jọ́ 9 oṣù kẹta ọdún tó kọjá. Àwọn tó péjú síbi ìdìbò abẹ́lé tó wáyé ní World Center Òṣogbo kéde Babayẹmí bí olùdíje ẹgbẹ́ nígbà táwọn aṣojú ẹgbẹ́ tó péjú síbi ìdìbò abẹ́lé tó wáyé ní pápá ìṣeré náà ìlú Òṣogbo kéde sẹ́nitọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adélékè lólùdíje. Ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP lápapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí ní Adémọ́lá Adélékè ní olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, èyí tó mú kó forúkọ rẹ̀ ṣọwọ́ sájọ elétò ìdìbò. Ilé-ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Àkúrẹ́ wá fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ múlẹ̀ pé Adémọ́lá Adélékè lolùdíje fẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, èyí tó mú kó fọwọ́ rọ́ àrọwà Babayẹmí sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, Dọ̀tun Babayẹmí ti tẹnumọ́ pé táwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ bá fi kùnà láti bójú wo ohun tó mú kóun lọ sílé ẹjọ́, ó ṣeéṣe kóun tó gbé ọ̀rọ̀ náà lọ sílé ẹjọ́ tó ga jùlọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu ti ṣàlàyé ohun tó mú kó fa sẹ́nitọ̀ Kashim Shettima kalẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fúnpò igbákejì ààrẹ. Onílẹ̀yìn onírúurú ìgbésẹ̀ akin ló ń mú Shettima gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fún ipò igbákejì òun. Aṣíwájú Tinubu kéde Shettima tí ṣe gómìnà tẹ́lẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Borno lójútáyé gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fúnpò igbákejì ààrẹ níbi ayẹyẹ tó wáyé lánàá ní Yaradua Conference Center, Abuja. Mínísítà fẹ́tò ìròyìn àti àṣà nílẹ̀ yìí Lai Mohammed ti ní ìwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn tẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè NLC ń gbà lérò kò bófin mu níwọ̀n ìgbà tí kò sí èdè àìyedè kankan láàrin ìjọba àtẹgbẹ́ náà, ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́gbẹ́ NLC ní òun yóò ṣèwọ́de ọ̀hún dandan pẹ̀lú àsọyán ọ̀rọ̀ pé òun lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ lábẹ́ òfin láti ṣèwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ó kéré tán ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ bíi 40 nínú ètò àti rí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ẹ̀ka ètò ìrìnnà òfurufú ló fẹ́ kópa nínú ìwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ọ̀hún láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fáwọn olùkọ́ fásitì ASUU tí wọ́n yanṣẹ́lódì láti ìgbà yìí wá. Ẹgbẹ́ ASUU gùn lé ìyanṣẹ́lódì láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kíjọba ṣàmúṣẹ ìlérí tó ṣe lóṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2009. Ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ti pàṣẹ fún mínísítà fétò ẹ̀kọ́ Adamu láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí àtiwójútùú sí ìyanṣẹ́lódì náà láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì kó sì dábọ̀ ṣẹ rẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara ìgbésẹ̀ àti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ASUU ló mú kí NLC kéde láti ṣèwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn yíká orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti lè yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ ìyanṣẹ́lódì náà. Àjọ tó mójútó ètò ìrìnnà òfurufú lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí NCAA ti pàṣẹ kí iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìrìnnà òfurufú Dana olùrọ́kúnlé ná lórí pé ìṣọwọ́ṣe rẹ̀ kò ṣe iye mú tó. Ìgbésẹ̀ yìí wáyé lẹ́yìn ìwádìí tájọ náà ṣe èyí tó mú kó gba ìwé àṣẹ ìrìnnà iléeṣẹ́ Dana. Àrántí pé lẹ́nu lọ́lọ́ yìí lọ́kàn lára àwọn ọkọ̀ bàálù iléeṣẹ́ Dana padà lójú òfurufú pẹ̀lú èrò bíi 100 tó wà nínú rẹ̀. Ìròyìn fi yé ni pé iléeṣẹ́ náà ti ń kojú àwọn ìpèníjà kan lábẹ́nú tẹ́lẹ̀ èyí tó mú kí igbákejì olùdarí àgbà rẹ̀ Sukhijinder Paul ó kọ̀wé fipò sílẹ̀. Olùdarí àgbà fàjọ NCAA Musa Nuhu ṣàlàyé pé ìgbésẹ̀ náà wà níbàámu pẹ̀lú òfin tó rọ̀ mọ́ ètò ìrìnnà ojú òfurufú lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Lábala ìròyìn eré ìdárayá tí kò bá sí ìdíwọ́ kankan Sadik Mani tilẹ̀ Senegal yóò gbàmì ẹ̀yẹ agbábọ́ọ̀lù ọkùnrin tó ṣe dáadáa jùlọ nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà nígbà tí Asisat Oshoala torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà náà yóò gbàmì ẹ̀yẹ agbábọ́ọ̀lù obìnrin tó dáńtọ́ jùlọ nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà fún tọdún yìí. Àmì ẹ̀yẹ àjọ tó mójútó ìdíje eré bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà fọdún 2022 yìí yóò wáyé lónìí ní Rabat, Morocco, níbi tí wọn yóò ti kéde àwọn tó kògójá fámì ẹ̀yẹ ọ̀hún. Àjọ CAF ti gbé orúkọ àwọn tó pegedé fámì ẹ̀yẹ náà jáde nínú ètò orúkọ Oshoala àti Mani wà. Oshoala ti ṣẹ́gun káká nínú ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Barcelona lóbìnrin lẹ́nì kejì nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà tí yóò gbàmì ẹ̀yẹ ọ̀hún nígbà kẹrin. Perpetua Mbocha ló ti kọ́kọ́ gbàmì ẹ̀yẹ náà ṣáájú. Ìròyìn fi yé ni pé bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọmọ ilẹ̀ Cameroon kan Ajara Joya àti ojúgbà rẹ̀ kan nílẹ̀ Zambia Great Chanda wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n ṣàyàn fámì ẹ̀yẹ ọ̀hún. Síbẹ̀ Oshoala ló ṣeé ṣe kó bọ́ sí lọ́wọ́ látàrí ìṣọwọ́ṣe rẹ̀ níbi ìdíje tó wáyé ní Euro. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ Mani tó wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n ṣàyàn fún àmì ẹ̀yẹ ọ̀hún lẹ́ka àtàkùn ọkùnrin ló gbàmì ẹ̀yẹ náà lọ́dún 2019. Nílẹ̀ òkèèrè olóòtú ìjọba ilẹ̀ Italy Mario Draghi ti fi lẹ́tà kan ṣọwọ́ sáàrin orílẹ̀-èdè náà inú èyí tó ti sọ pé òun ṣetán láti kọ̀wé fipò sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn táwọn ìkọ̀kan nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú láwọn kò ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìjọba rẹ̀ mọ́. Àtẹ̀jáde kan láti ọ́fíìsì ààrẹ ilẹ̀ náà ní ààrẹ Mattarella ti ní kíjọba Draghi sì dúró nípò fìdíhẹ síbẹ̀ bí ó ṣe kọ̀wé fipò sílẹ̀ ọ̀hún yóò jẹ́ kétò ìdìbò tètè wáyé lóṣù kẹsàn-án tàbí ìkẹwàá ọdún yìí ọdún 2021. Ní Draghi di olóòtú ìjọba ilẹ̀ Italy lásìkò tí orílẹ̀-èdè náà ń kojú ìpèníjà àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà àti tètò ọrọ̀ ajé tó dẹnu kọlẹ̀. Ṣáájú ní Draghi ti kọ̀wé fipò sílẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá lẹ́yìn tọ́kan lára àwọn ìkàn nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú rẹ̀ kọ̀ láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún níbi ìjókòó ilé aṣòfin ilẹ̀ náà tílé ti dìbò láti fìdí ìgbọ́kànlé tí wọ́n ní nínú ìjọba rẹ̀ múlẹ̀. Èyí lópin ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí fún tàkókò yìí. Kami Abdulrahim lólóòtú. Aago 7 kọjá ìṣẹ́jú 15 ní kẹ́ tó pàdé wa nígbà tá a máa mú ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun wá fún yín. Títí ìgbà náà ẹ kú kalẹ̀.